It was a typical October day at Willow Creek High. Rain lashed against the windows, the sky was a dull gray, lunchtime had just begun. The cafeteria buzzed with the usual lunchtime chaos. The aroma of pizza and fries filled the air. I sat with my friends, laughing at a joke. We were enjoying the break from classes. Little did we know that our peaceful day was about to shatter. Willow Creek High had 2 lunch periods. The first shift had just finished. The second shift students were starting to arrive. It was a well-oiled routine. Students flowed in and out of the cafeteria with practiced ease. But today, something felt different. A strange tension hung in the air. I remember feeling a chill despite the warmth of the room. My friend Sarah shivered and pulled her sweater tighter. We joked about the school's ancient heating system. We had no idea that the real reason for the chill was lurking just outside. A sudden loud boom echoed through the cafeteria. Silence fell. Everyone froze, confused. Then came another boom, louder this time. It sounded like an explosion. Panic erupted. Students screamed and ran for cover under tables. Food trays clattered to the floor. My heart pounded in my chest. Fear twisted my stomach into knots. My eyes darted around the room, searching for an explanation, but everything seemed to be happening in slow motion. The world around me was a blur of panicked faces and frantic movements. I couldn't hear anything over the pounding of my own heart. A teacher yelled for us to stay calm, but it was impossible. The booms continued, each one louder than the last. They seemed to be getting closer. Terror tightened its grip on the room. We were trapped with no idea what was happening or where to go. Suddenly, the lights flickered and died. Screams pierced the darkness. Then, just as quickly as it began, the noise stopped. We were left in eerie silence. Only the sound of our ragged breathing filled the air. Moments later, emergency lights flickered on, casting long, eerie shadows across the room. Campus security guards, their faces grim, rushed into the cafeteria. They barked orders at us. Everyone move to the multi-purpose room. Now! Single file line. Let's go. Their voices, though authoritative, couldn't entirely mask the tremble of fear. We scrambled to our feet, bumping into each other in our haste to obey. The multi-purpose room was large and dimly lit. It was usually used for assemblies and gym classes. Now it was a refuge. We huddled together on the floor, whispering in hushed tones. Fear hung heavy in the air, mixed with the smell of sweat and stale popcorn. No one knew what was happening, and the uncertainty was agonizing. Section 4. The Man and His Demons. Minutes stretched into an eternity as we waited. Rumors flew around the room like wildfire. A gas leak, a bomb threat, a shooter on campus. Each scenario was more terrifying than the last. My mind raced, trying to make sense of the chaos. Finally, a voice boomed over the loudspeaker. It was Mr. Johnson, the school principal. His voice was shaky but firm. He told us that there was an incident outside the school. A man, he said, was armed and behaving erratically. He had fired several shots into the air, causing the booms we had heard. Whispers rippled through the crowd. An armed man at our school? It seemed impossible. Willow Creek was a peaceful community. Nothing like this had ever happened here before. Then, a girl from my English class, her face pale, spoke up. "It's the Miller guy," she whispered, her voice trembling. "He lives a few blocks from me. He's not right in the head. He screams at people and throws things. Last month he chased my little brother with a garden gnome." A collective gasp went through the room. The Miller guy. We all knew who she was talking about. He was a recluse, the subject of many local rumors. Time seemed to stand still as we waited for what felt like hours. The silence was broken only by hushed whispers and the occasional muffled sob. Then, finally, Mr. Johnson's voice came back on the loudspeaker. This time, it held a note of relief. "The situation is under control," he announced. "The police have apprehended the individual. Everyone is safe." Relief washed over me in waves. We were safe. The police had arrived and taken control of the situation. But the fear, the adrenaline, the sheer terror of those few hours lingered. It left an indelible mark on our souls. The day a madman came to Willow Creek High would forever be etched in our memories. We were eventually escorted back to our classrooms. The rain had stopped, and the sun was trying to peek through the clouds. But the world seemed different somehow. The carefree innocence of a normal school day was gone, replaced by a newfound awareness of our own vulnerability.